Welcome into AC Flora High School here at Falcon Field here in Forest Acres, South Carolina. I'm doing my best Jeff Rosenpressen as we are set to get underway. In the final game of the week, of course, me and Jeff have been really busy this week. I've been here every day, and Jeff's been between here and sweating a lot more than I have on the lacrosse fields as of recently.
Yes.
Everything good over there?
Yeah, we're ready for our tournament on Saturday.
You know, you get to face some of your other B teamers who are traitors, and you know.
They are not. They enlisted before there was another option.
They didn't know any better, is what I'm hearing. They are young lads who didn't know any better, is what I'm told.
Yeah.
You know.
That's all right. We'll fix that in the fall.
You whip them into shape.
Yeah. We'll bring them all together.
What are you doing over there?
I need to take off my headset.
Oh, okay. Jeff had some cord problems. Well, all right, we'll roll through the lines while Jeff is trying to figure out how to get his headset around the tripod. Go Lexington 7, leading it off. Bryce Mobley, the shortstop, batting second. The second baseman, Trad Burton. Third, DHing Toby Soborowski. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Logan Blight. Fifth, the first baseman, Matthew Bishop. Sixth, the left fielder, Dalton Taylor. Seventh, center fielder, Grant Kistner. Eighth, catching tonight, Lincoln Hill. Ninth is the right fielder, Tucker Bryan. And on the hill today for Lexington Post 7 is Jack Rivers. On the 2-1-5 side, getting introduced right now, but a very similar lineup to what we saw here on Monday. Leading it off in center field, it's Jacob Muir. Batting second, the shortstop, Jack Chetwood. Third, the first baseman, Zach Sneed. Batting fourth, second base, Roper Wensky. Fifth, the third baseman, Thatcher Boffman. Sixth in left is Evan Smith. Seventh, the right fielder, Breon Earl. Batting eighth, the catcher making his season debut, I believe, William McGee. And on the 9-hole on the bump, making his season debut as well, it's Miller Peel.
Oh, Miller, excellent.
Yeah, Miller is back, and he's making his first appearance. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. McGee is making his first appearance at the plate. He's made an appearance on the bump this season for the 2-1-5. So
New battery. All right.
New battery, I know. Ton of fun.
Yeah.
I will keep the rules. I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. I will keep my pride under control in victory. I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Now please stand and remove your caps as we honor the United States with the playing of our national anthem.
This happened Monday.
Gotta have it ready to go.
We had it ready the last couple of days. I don't know what's going on.
I feel like Montague should have to sing if he doesn't get it queued up right away.
Well, Matt Montague's watching down here on the
Oh,
field.
he's not up there. Who's
No,
up there?
I don't remember.
Oh, dang. Okay.
We had it for the AAA games. I'm not sure what happened with the. Not sure what's going on now.
Maybe we'll stick with that rule. if it doesn't get queued up right away, Montague goes up there and sings.
Well, we all sung it as a crowd here on Monday where you were coaching. I know you weren't here, but
Yeah.
it was a good moment. I had to wait on air, go everyone sing. I think Coach Dorsey's just having fun with this now.
You can sing for the stream if you want.
I'm going to pass. I appreciate the offer, but my lungs aren't exactly
Looks like we're having more
good.
technical difficulties up here, folks.
So, so round two
Right.
here.
Player's gonna get it.
Come on, Jeff. What so proudly we hail, by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, that's fantastic.
We deserve some.
You can clip that for your highlight reel.
I'm going to lead off with that. I sang the national anthem for one of our Legion games. I'm glad it worked. All right, so everything's now, so now the music's working. There we go. First time, first try, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we're upper match here between the 215 and Lexington Post 7. It was Lexington, yes, taking yesterday's game 9-3 after it was 4-3 going to the bottom of the 6th. Post 7 put 6 runs, I believe, or 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take that one 9-3. However, the 215 took the first of this 3 games. That was, of course, for your viewing pleasure on Monday, where we downed Lexington Post 7 5-3. So now round 3, here we go. A very limited roster for the 215 with injuries and vacations. So we're gonna hope everything works out well.
Yeah.
We only have a couple of substitutions on the bench.
That's all right. You only need 9 to play.
That's exactly right. Of course, let's go through the outfield one more time from left to right. Evan Smith, Jacob Muir in center, right field, Breon Earl. And then around the diamond, Thatcher Boffman back at third, Chetwood at short, Roper at second. At first, it's Zach Sneed. And then the battery, William McGee behind the plate, and Miller Peel on the hill.
Yes.
So we talked about Miller Peel a little bit. Miller's making his first start for the 215 this season, but for last season, he made 5 appearances, 2 starts, held a 2.15 ERA over 13 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks. We're gonna have
Nice.
to.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Miller again.
I'm excited to see him as well. Of course, a Dreher graduate of 2024, and part of that really good Dreher team that made a good run in the playoffs, but they were 3A, not 4A. That's why we didn't see them here at Falcon Field that season. Of course, another part of that team is the man in center field, Jacob Muir. Can't talk about him enough. Rick Wall out there in center field, running everything down, making a couple incredible plays, including one of my unfortunate call. I had a good call on it, but I missaid a word. I said, here's the throw, and I said he was diving. I'm like, that's not how that works. Or the pitch or something, I don't remember. I was just feeling it in that moment, and so was Jacob, apparently. He made a splendid diving catch in center. The second one of the game for him, of course. Evan also had a diving catch in left. It was a fielding masterclass out there in the outfield. So we're looking to hopefully have one of those again and take back to 500. We're now 2-3. Lexington Post 7 heralding a lot of Wildcats from a team that made the 5A state championship. They are looking to improve to 5-1. They come in 4-1 on the season with their only loss being Monday against us. So we're looking to take 2 of 3 and propel ourselves closer and closer towards playoffs. Of course, again, can't say it enough because I'm sure we're gonna get asked. We're not here next week. I know we play it 3 times here next week, but me and Jeff will not be in attendance.
Yes.
I may come to watch just because I can, but Jeff will not be watching. He'll be in the beach.
Yes. Yes, I will.
I'll be in Chicago until midweek, so I would have come back, but no, Jeff had something to do.
Yeah.
Can't you just like plan your vacation around the 215?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we're just playing, wait, who are we playing next week?
Huh?
It's the LR team, right? Is it Hopkins, or what are they called? Are they called Lower Richland?
Winsboro.
Oh, it's Winsboro, okay.
Yeah, Winsboro comes here Monday, Thursday, and then we go to West Columbia the following week, which is the last, well, kind of have a break, I believe, in the 215 schedule. They don't play the 4th of July. But
Oh, wait, so maybe Lower Richland, they only have a AAA team?
they probably, there's a lot more AAA teams. So Dutch Fork technically is a AAA team, even though they're technically, I believe, in the Lexington category. Or Chapin Newberry.
Chapin
Newberry. Okay, one or the other. Well, all right, leading it off is Bryce Mobley. Right on right. Corners are in, shaded to the left against the right-handed shortstop. First pitch, called strike 1, fastball up in the zone. Well, Roper Winsky, the second baseman, playing just left of the second base bag. Chetwood, the shortstop, majorly in the hole here against the leadoff man. The 0-1. Fastball's grounded over to the left side, right at Chetwood. Backhands it, strong throw to first. In time, 1 away. Easy does it. Well, that's how you do the shift, Jeff. When you want to shift a guy, and you know the telltale sign it's the great shift is when he grounds directly to the guy you placed in the hole.
Yeah. Good coaching decision.
Yeah, so Mobley only now 2 for 16 on the season, and now it's Trad Burton up here for Lexington. Right on right. Wind is coming in from center field. First pitch. That one's hard on the ground to the left side. Jetwood again, the shortstop in the hole. Long throw is in time, gets burned by half a step. There's 2 away. Nice play from Chetwood.
Batting third, defensive
Not an easy play to make. Chetwood was very much in the hole. Again, same shift, didn't move for Burton. And he just put that one right into the glove. Well, now it's Toby Soborowski, who has been raking here against the 2-1-5 so far in these 2 games. 3 for 6, 2 doubles. Both of those came yesterday with 2 RBIs as well. Right on right. Peel will wind and deal. The first pitch is a fastball low for ball 1. Of course, everybody going somewhere. Soborowski, no exception. He'll be attending USC Aiken next season.
When did we go to Aiken? Oh, it was the basketball championship.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember.
Breaking ball stays upstairs.
Didn't
ball
get
2.
the stream, but
Yeah, no, I wasn't a part of that, unfortunately.
yeah, that was Collins Jr.
Okay.
He made the championship game against Wilson.
When he, the last year he was at Flora, right?
Yeah.
He went to Wasatch. Or Wasatch? Wasatch, yeah.
Wasatch Academy.
2-0. Swung on and missed. Change up. 2-1. Well, Soborowski, a very dangerous hitter at the plate. 3 homers, 14 RBIs, is the leadoff man for the Lexington Wildcats. You don't see a DH/catcher in a leadoff position. However, Soborowski played that exceptionally well. The 2-1. Breaking ball misses. No call. Strike 2. Late call from the ump. It's now 2-2. Of course, Soborowski able to play leadoff because you have Cromer, Blight, Hill, and Spivey all behind him. 2-2. Breaking ball hard on the ground to the left side. It will go foul. You're going to see Blight here in just a second. Actually, he's on deck. The UNC Pembroke commit. Hill was later in the lineup, batting 8th. Spivey is playing travel ball, and Cromer had Tommy John going to Carolina, by the way. So, very talented lineup.
Oh, yeah.
The 2-2. Fastball on the ground to the left side. It's going to be Chetwood again, the shortstop. Throws on the running grass and makes the timely out. 3 up, 3 down. Jack Chetwood gets all 3 ground outs. Miller Peel does his job, and the 2-1-5 will come up to bat. Scoreless going to the bottom of the first. All right, welcome back here to Falcon Field. Jeff is making a phone call as we're set to begin the bottom of the first inning. It was 3 up, 3 down for Lexington Post 7, and now they head to the field as the right-handed pitcher Jack Rivers gets us going. First pitch to Jacob Muir, fastball called, strike 1 on the outside edge, right on right, 0-1, bottom first, let's do it. Drag racing in the background, I guess. The 0-1, breaking ball called, strike 2 on the outside edge.
Yeah, so one of my lacrosse parents is bringing a generator and a fan.
Nice.
To the game. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Will it be triple digits when you're playing?
It's going to be hot.
The 0-2. That one's popped to the right side in right field. Brian going over towards foul ground and just can't run it down. Took a hard slide and ran to the wall at the end. Hopefully he's all right. Seems like he's fine. Muir is not out.
Batting second, shortstop
Yeah,
Did he
no,
catch that?
no, he did not.
Okay.
Jacob did not. We're trying to get Jacob out of the box quicker than that. Jacob, you can stay in. You're fine. You're still in. It was almost a great run from Brian and Wright, but
Yeah, that would have been remarkable.
he just came up short. And by just, I mean if he was half a step faster. The 0-2 from Rivers. Breaking ball is popped foul. No chance for Hill behind the dish. Quickly around the diamond for Lexington 7. Taylor in left, Kistner center, Brian right. Blight at third, Mobley short, Burton second, Bishop first. Hill behind the dish, and Rivers at the bump. The 0-2 from Rivers. Fastball upstairs, ball one. Well, we saw Jack Rivers here a couple of years ago in the Forest Acres Classic. Unfortunately for him, it's not one of his favorite outings, as the Cavaliers of Dorman found his sweet spot, I guess.
Oh, that was a talented team.
Very talented team. The 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good eye from Muir. It's twos. Yeah, he got roughed up after Mitch Wilson blasted a 2-run homer. I believe the first 5 batters reached 4 runs scored. So,
Jeez.
however, Rivers quickly shook that off and played an excellent year at Limestone. Before there, though, the 2-2. Fastball. Oh, God, I'm looking. Strike 3 on the outside edge. There's one away. Now you can play Jack's walk-up music.
He's just excited to see what Jack would do, you know?
Apparently, exactly. Yeah, Rivers for Limestone, 2 earned runs for 5 appearances, 8 2/3 innings. Here for Lexington Post 7, making his 3rd start with a 2-0 record, 1 earned run over 10 innings pitched. Right on right, Jack Chetwood comes up and takes a first pitch strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Well, if it's Soborowski for the Lexington side that's been raking, it's Chetwood here for the 2-1-5. 3 for 6, a double here in these last 2 games against Lexington. The 0-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2 on the outside edge. Again, as I said before you got on, Jeff, the umpire favoring that right side of the plate early.
Yeah, a lot of umps tend to do that here.
Why do you think that?
I mean, I guess they're over the catcher's left shoulder, and I don't know.
Interesting. So, the 0-2 from Rivers. Fastball to line, right back up the middle off the mound. Not on the backhand for Burton. It will go into center. Chetwood continues his hot start to the season. That would be hit numero 8 for Chetwood. He's now 8 for 15. I gotta stop doing the Spanish.
Yeah, I like a good multilingual
Broadcaster? Nice. You know, and off the pitcher's mound, which gave the second baseman Burton a chance at the late backhand, but he just missed it. So Chetwood's at first now for Zach Snead, who's also having a strong series against Lexington. The left-hander digs in, the right-hander comes home. The change-up's away, ball one. Snead 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, a RBI, and coming off of a vintage Zach Snead game yesterday, 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a steal.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Vintage Snead game. Rivers gives a look at first, fires home. The 1-0 sweeper misses low. It's ball 2. Well, as I said without you, Jeff, I want to get your opinion. You know, one of the matchups I wanted to see in the Forest Acres Classic was Flora versus Lexington.
Yeah.
I know we didn't get it, but we kind of get like a semi-matchup right here, right?
Yeah, a little bit of it, yeah.
It's not complete, but it still is a lot of fun.
Taste.
A taste of it. That's a good way to look at it. The 2-0. That one's hammered in the right field, but right at Brian. Oh no, he granges back and it goes over his head. He didn't move until late. Chetwood rounds second. Snead will stand at a second. A strong throw in will keep Chetwood at third. And it may have actually worked out better here for Brian that he didn't move, because he didn't move at first. And I had Chetwood having to hold between first and second. The late break means Chetwood didn't realize it was over his head until it hit the ground, meaning Chetwood did not get home. But again, Zach Snead continues to rake his 4th double of the summer. Well, now it's Roper Wensky, of course, the unfortunate former All-State second baseman. He didn't win the honor this year.
What?
I know. Hypocrisy. I don't know. Something's got to happen. Right on right. First pitch curveball. Misses upstairs. Ball 1.
Let me know who I need to go talk to.
I will. I'm sure Roper's dad he does work for the SCHSL, right? So
Yeah, he didn't get a vote.
I'm sure he did not. Rivers looks at the runner at third. Comes home. The 1-0 curveball is called. Strike 1. 1-1 we go. Roper's continuing his hot season, though. Roper did hit .385 on the season, a .500 on-base percentage so far this summer. 5 for 13, picking up right where he left off. Looking for some RBIs here, the 1-1. Fastball is shot straight foul. It'll be 1-2. Of course, Roper 5 RBIs so far in the young summer. He leads the 2-1-5. I will say Zach's not far behind, though, who had 4 and could have got his 5th if he would have got that double a little quicker out. The 1-2. Breaking ball, one's ground on the right side of the infield. Burton makes a dive and can't grab it. It goes on the right field. One will score. Sneed races around third. There is no throw to the plate. It's cut off. 2 RBI single for Roper Wensky. And the 2-1-5 jump out 2-0.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 4.
Chetwood scored from third, Sneed from second. A 2 RBI single for Wensky that went into right field after the second baseman Burton was playing up the middle. So now Thatcher Boffman digs in. 1 gone, bottom first, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5. Right on right, Rivers fires. First pitch fastball is a call, strike 1 on the outside edge. Well, Thatcher playing at Spartanburg Methodist this past season, hit .327 with 6 RBIs, but he's kind of debating what his future is going to be as the 0-1. Changeups in the dirt, nice job from Hill behind the dish. It'll be 1-1. There's a couple coaching changes, so Thatcher's trying to figure out what's the best move for my career moving forward. This summer, it happens to be right here in Richland County in Forest Acres.
Not a bad place to be.
Never a bad place here at the 2-1-5. The 1-1 is popped into the air on the right side of the infield. Burton, the second baseman, treads into foul. Well, not foul, but outfield grass. There's 2 away. So Boffman pops out for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. That turns it over to Evan Smith.
Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 1, Evan Smith.
Evans had a couple of great defensive plays here against Lexington, looking for what will be his 3rd hit of the summer. Right on right, Roper at first, 2 away. Rivers comes home. The first pitch is fouled straight back. It's 0-1.
What, wasn't Evan also at Spartanburg Methodist?
He was. He went.
Okay.
Oh, he only got. He was 0 for 3 at the plate this season.
Okay.
Yes. I believe he did have a steal as well, though. So, like I believe a walk or 2. Rivers will fire home the 0-1. That one slicing to the right side into foul ground, out of play in a hurry. It's 0-2 quickly for Rivers, who has given up 3 hits here in the opening frame, 2 earned runs. Give up a 1-out single to Chetwood up the middle, a 1-out double to Sneed, and then a 2 RBI single to Wensky. All back to back to back. The 0-2 from Rivers. Breaking ball misses upstairs for ball 1. Well, if it gets that far, it's Breon Earl waiting on deck, and then William McGee in the hole. 2-1-5 have an early 2-0 advantage here in the bottom of the first. Wensky goes at first. The hit and run is in the left center field. Going back is Kistner, who's got a read and makes the one-handed grab near the warning track. Smith put a good drive into that one, but Kistner read it well in the left center field, and that will retire this side. But the 2-1-5 are ahead 2-0 going to the second.
Batting fourth,
Welcome back here to Falcon Field. Quick apology. Apparently, I've been saying Thatcher's name wrong for the last 3 years now, I guess.
Yeah, something about
It's
3 years.
Thatcher Bauman.
3 summers.
There we go. So, apologies, Thatcher. Again, if anyone needs a pronunciation change from my end, just let me know. Pronunciation guides aren't exactly given out to me, so it's hard for me to figure it out. Right on right, first pitch is low, ball one to the leadoff man here, and the second is Logan Blight, the third baseman.
You can call me Geoff if you want.
Geoff? I'll
Yeah,
keep
it'd be
that.
weird, but
I mean, you know, it works. I called you George or something back like when I first met you. The 1-0 from Peel is a fastball. It's lined in the left center field, but Jacob Muir read it perfectly. Striding back to the wall, makes the one-handed grab. There's one away.
batting fifth, first baseman number 14, Matthew Bishop.
Well, Blade, who missed game one, had a solid game two, but flies out to center his first go around here in game three. It's now Matthew Bishop, the first baseman, right on right. A ton of right-handed hitters here in the top of the Lexington lineup, and 2-1-5's playing suit, shading him to the left yet again. Beal will wheel and deal. The first pitch. Curveball called, strike one. Well, Bishop 2 for 3 with an RBI, strikeout, and a hit by pitch here against the 2-1-5 so far this summer. The 0-1 from the right-hander. Changeup skips in, ball one. Bishop having a hot start to the summer at that as well. 5 for 9 with 3 RBIs. Peel kicks and deals the 1-1. Curveball misses in the dirt, ball two. Sun blaring down, no wind, 1-2. Changeup called, strike two on the outside edge. Count moves to two. Twos, as it was 2-2, 2-1, I believe. I read the scoreboard.
yeah, 2-2.
Yeah, so 2-2 the count, one gone. Top of the second, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5. Two's on the way. That one's lined in the right side into right field. Earl comes on and makes the low grab for out number two. That was a low liner that kept tailing towards the right field line. Earl was in around right center field, so he had to come in a little bit and make the grab. There's two away, though. That'll bring up Dalton Taylor, the winning pitcher from yesterday. Taylor pitched 5 innings, 1 earned run in the win as the left-hander steps in, and the first pitch is chopped to the third baseman, Thatcher Bauman. He steps in, fires the first, side retired. Or no.
What?
I guess the ball came out of the glove. I didn't see it of Sneed.
Oh, man.
So it'll be an error, I believe, on the first baseman.
Batting seventh, the center fielder number 5.
Well, Bauman delivered a good ball, just I guess wasn't gloved well by Sneed, so that's how the first runner of the game is aboard for Lexington 7. And now Grant Kister will get a chance to try to extend the inning. Right on right, 2 away, top of the second, as the Erskine commit steps in. Of course, Taylor going to USC stumped her at first. The first pitch in this right-handed showdown is a curveball on the outside edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 from Peel. That's a fastball that's hammered in the deep left field. Going back is Smith, but it will hook foul just left of the left field foul pole. Kistner, if you would have straightened that one out, would have had a 2-run blast.
Yeah, that was fortunate. Crushed that.
Kistner did have a homer this past season for the Wildcats. 18 RBIs, 303 batting average, and he was, you know, hitting in the 7-hole in that Lexington lineup, if that tells you anything. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses wide, ball one. Of course,
7th hole hitter gets a home run.
Of course, you know, I didn't mention when I talked about Soborowski batting leadoff, I didn't mention Bryce Mobley as well, who's the leadoff man here tonight. That's because Mobley was the lineup turner. He batted 9th in that lineup. Hit 253. 1-2, runner goes, the pitch, change up, ball two, the throw down a second, good throw, and not gloved by Wensky. It pops out off the tag, so Taylor does get second. It's a stolen base, 2-2 count, 2 away. Two-thirds of the lineup here tonight for Lexington do feature Lexington Wildcats. I guess 60% if you include the pitcher. The 2-2 on the way. Changeup swung on and missed. Struck him out up in the zone, and that will retire the side. So Kistner misses a homer. Instead, he falls victim via the punch out. That's Peel's first, and we'll go to the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead right here on Definite Fiction. Here to Falcon Field, is about to cough. I had to hold it in after Jeff, unknowingly to me, just switched it up on me. But we'll be all right here as the 2-1-5 lead at 2-0 against Lexington post 7. Jack Rivers gave up 2 runs off of 3 hits in the first inning. We'll see how he responds here in the second as he gets the bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the 2-1-5. Right on right as Breon Earl digs in. The first pitch is popped to the right side in the infield. First baseman Bishop running into foul grounds, but he runs out of room as that one hits the dugout of the 2-1-5. You know, every time Earl comes up, I have to get in my brain that I can't say Ishmael. Breon Ishmael is a big part of the Blowfish's run to the Pettit Cup Championship Series last year, but Breon Earl is not the same person. The 0-1's line, but right at the second baseman, Burton. Earl hit that one on a line. Burton was there. There's one away. Sometimes that just happens. That's probably the second best well-struck ball tonight. First one was Sneed's double into right field, but that was on a frozen rope. If that one got over Burton or around Burton, it was going all the way to the wall. Instead, there's one away for the catcher, William McGee. Righty on righty. First pitch curveball is called. Strike one on the outside edge. Well, McGee is going to CIU this next season. More of a pitcher, but for Ben Lippen, he hit 6 for 22 with 7 RBIs when he was at the field. Rivers fires the fastball upstairs, ball 1. 1-1 the count here in the bottom of the second. 1 gone, and a 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5, trying to extend it. Rivers kicks and deals, the 1-1. Fastball off the hands and fouled it back into the net. It's 1-2. Rivers was part of the Limestone College, which, you know, no longer exists now after they closed. So I'm hoping he'll find a place to play next year. As the 1-2 is grounded up the middle off the glove of Rivers. Dug out by Bishop on a hop. Another mound ball that this time Burton was able to grab. Nice play from the second baseman, and there's 2 away.
Batting ninth, the pitcher number 20, Miller Peel.
Well, in a spot that I don't think he was in last year, Miller Peel will bat for the first time here in the 2-1-5 as the pitcher. Again, injuries and some vacations are limiting our roster here, meaning Miller has to bat. First pitch to the right-handed pitcher is a fastball on the outside edge. It's 0-1, 2 away. Of course, Miller did bat in high school. I just don't have those stats. So.
Yeah. You gotta love a hitting pitcher, though.
Correct. So he's not like he's unable to bat. It's just not. I don't have it. The 0-1 fastball's called. Strike 2 on the outside edge.
Almost not doing him any favors.
No, I looked a little away, but
jeez.
Nice frame there, I guess, from Hill behind the dish. Quickly 0-2, right on right. Rivers deals. Fastball low. Around the same latitude as the last pitch. It's not the same longitude. It's 1-2. You like the description?
Yeah,
Latitude, not longitude? Never used that one before, but I figured I could break it out right there. The 1-2. Swung on in, missed high. Cheese from Rivers. 1-2-3 go the 2-1-5 here in the second, but they lead it 2-0 going to the third right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field in beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina. Temperature's not too bad, not as bad as it was yesterday. We're below 90 degrees at only 7:30, so we're surviving. Wind is coming in and out here as we get set to begin the top of the third and due up here for Lexington. It's 8-9-1, leading it off the catcher, Lincoln Hill, right on right. Miller Peel winds and deals the first pitch. Fastball low, and we're underway. It's 1-0. Well, Jeff, it's a lot of fun, when we're in the third inning and you see zeros across the board for Lexington.
Look at that.
That's what you look for. 0 hits, 0 earned runs. As the 1-0 is slowly tapped to the right side of the infield, the pitcher Peel has to get off the mound. He flips it to first, and there's one away. Looked like maybe a changer that was off the end of the bat of Hill. Didn't get a good one on it, and Peel was able to field it and flip it to first. Well, the 9-hole Tucker Bryan is now up. Bryan was not in the lineup either of the 2 days, but he did get some chances on the hill yesterday. Pitched 2 innings with 1 earned run in the win for Lexington yesterday. Now he will bat for the first time here against the 2-1-5. 1 away, top 3, 2-0 lead here for the 2-1-5. First pitch from the right-handed pitcher. Fastball called, strike 1 on the outside edge. Tucker Bryan played for South Aiken this past season. Now he'll be playing at CIU next spring. The 0-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2, froze Bryan. He didn't like it, but it's quickly 0-2 here to the 9-hole.
Ump is pretty consistent on that pitch.
He's like, as I said, he likes the right side. The 0-2. Slider misses wide. Good eye from Bryan. It's 1-2. Bryan 0 for 3 so far this summer, but has an RBI and 3 walks, so it's not that he's not producing at the plate. Peel will wind and deal, the 1-2. That one's lined to the left side. The jump by the shortstop, not made. It falls helplessly into left field. Chetwood tried to reach at the apex, but it was just out of reach. So the first hit for Lexington is a soft liner into left field for the 9-hole Brian. His first hit of the summer, I might add.
I tried to mark it down as an out. Didn't work. Still
It looked like it was going to get over Chetwood just ever so slightly, and maybe if Chetwood went back a little bit, he would have had a chance, but he thought he had a better chance to jump. Well, shaded back to the left side here for the leadoff man, Bryce Mobley. 1 on, 1 gone, top 3, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5. Brian doesn't go. The first pitch from Mobley is bunted to the right side and foul. Mobley will be attending USC Lancaster in the spring.
City of Red Roses.
Yes, sir. Of course, Jeff and I went up there for a football game between the Bruins and the Falcons that was won by AC Flora. It was a good season on the gridiron for AC Flora and looks to be hopefully a better one with the recent successes in the 7-on-7s we've been doing. The 0-1 but by Mobley is bluffed as changeup is low for ball 1. Snap back throw to first as Brian slides back in. No tag from Sneed.
Yeah, that was fun. It's just such a cool setting. The football stadium with their.
Unfortunately, we won't get to go there this year. We'll have to.
Lancaster High School.
Yeah, Lancaster's coming to Memorial middle of the season. 1-1 bluff, but is called strike 2 as Mobley pulled it back. It was a fastball low in the zone, so now it's 1-2. Basically, if you're a Falcon fan and want to know our football schedule, all region opponents are the same weeks, just flipped. And then a couple new out of region. We're going to Southside Christian, my hometown.
All right.
Greenville, South Carolina. Of course, a couple others. We're going to Westwood, and Chapin comes to Memorial this year. The 1-2 from the right-hander. Curveball misses wide. Ball 2.
And there is a rare chance that we get to stream everything.
We were talking about it. You said there's a chance back in the fall or the spring, and I was like, you know, it's not impossible. I don't know what Southside.
Yeah, the away schools haven't said no before.
Correct.
So it's possible.
As the 2-2 on the way, that one softly grounded to the left side for Chet with the shortstop, flips it to second for 1. On to first, the quick turns in time, double play, 6-4-3. A nice glove from Chetwood, a nice flip to Roper, and a great turn from Roper, who got that out of his glove quickly. 6-4-3 ends the frame, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 going to the bottom half of the third. As me and Jeff are debating about who's in our region and who's not, and yes, South Point is in our region. We are set to begin the bottom of the third. It's the top of the order for the 2-1-5 here against Rivers. The right-hander fires the changeup. It's foul tipped into the glove. And this right-handed showdown, it's 0-1. So yes, South Point comes to Memorial. We will go to R&E this year.
And they've let us stream before.
They have. They let us stream 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The 0-1 heater's blown by Mears, swing and a miss for strike 2. Well, Mears struck out looking his first go-around on a, if you ask him, questionable curveball on the outside edge, strike 3 looking. The 0-2, that curveball is popped into shallow right field. Coming on is Brian. He's got a read as the wind takes it a little away from him, but he makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. So Muir goes down for the second time this evening. And now he'll turn it over to this 2-hole hitter, Jack Chetwood, who's hitting just about everything and anything that comes his way. Again, he had a 1-out double his first go-around and now has 8 hits on the summer. The right-hander watches the breaking ball hit the outside part of the plate. Nothing in one, one gone. Rivers comes set, and he'll deliver the 0-1. Curveball missed up, ball one. See, Jeff, he's favoring the outside, but he's not favoring the upper half of that strike zone. I feel like I've seen a couple of pitches that I thought may have caught the top of the zone, not be called. The 1-1. Fastball, that one's lined to the right side, but it's right at Burton. Quickly dies as the second baseman easily gloves it for out number 2.
A little too far out on the end of the bat, I guess.
I think so. That ball had a lot of top spin, so it looked like it was going to go into right center, and then immediately got to the apex and shot down right into the glove of the second baseman. There's 2 away for Zach Sneed. The left-handed first baseman shot one over the head of Brian in right field. There's now 2 away with nobody on for him. Rivers deals the first pitch. Change-up called, strike one in the inside part of the plate, nothing in one. Sneed, of course, just like a lot of other kids, will be signing at a college, and that happens to be the Citadel for him. That's where he'll play baseball for the next couple years, but hopefully, potentially. The 0-1. Fastball wide, ball one.
Maybe surrounded there by a bunch of Falcons. Only one on the baseball team, but we've got a lot of Flora Falcons down at Citadel.
Of course, you know, the military school in our state, the 1-1. Change-up call, strike 2, top of the zone.
And Phillips will be, he's got another year, right?
I believe so. He had a great year. One of the all-defensive, all-conference for him this past season. The 1-2 from the right-handed Rivers. The change-up is wide. Good glove from Hill. 2-2, 2 gone, bottom 3. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5.
Yeah, Phillips was a member of that original Chris Dorsey Richland 215 team. Talented team.
Very, very talented team. It feels like every Legion team Coach Dorsey's put together is very talented. The 2-2 is pop straight foul. It'll stay there. Of course, this one has a ton of Flora kids, and what's fun for us, Jeff, is this team is littered with Flora kids that will be back next year. Of course, among them, Sam McCutcheon, Monty Lafitte, Roper Wensky, Jack Chetwood, just to name a few. The 2-2 from the right-hander. Fastball misses away, ball 3, and on cue, Sneed's discipline eye is used to his advantage. It's going to be a full count. First one of the game, I believe, here in the bottom of the third. 2 away. Sneed trying to get a man on base for the cleanup hitter, Roper Wensky, who's waiting on deck. The payoff from Rivers. The breaking ball is fouled off to the left side. It'll hit the forestry here in Forest Acres, and we'll do a payoff one more time. Sneed was ranked in the final DP rankings for the 2025 class as the 4th third baseman here in South Carolina. He digs into the left-handed box as the payoff on the way as a hard grounder to the second baseman. Burton waits back on it, throws it across to the first baseman, Bishop, and his side is retired. Well, 3 up, 3 down, the 2-1-5 go yet again. Now Rivers has retired his last 8 batters, and it's a 2-0 lead going to the halfway point, the top of the 4th. We come back here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5. They were able to grab that in the bottom of the first and haven't looked back since. Miller Peel, one of the big reasons, only allowed 1 hit over his first 3 innings of work, but he gets the heart of the order. 2-3-4 due up in the top of the 4th. It's Trad Burton leading it off. The right-hander shows a bunt. He punts it into the air to the right side. Foul. Of course, the whole 2-1-5 infield shifting him to the left. He was maybe trying to push one down that first base line where there's only really 2 options to field. It's the first baseman Sneed, who, if he feels that he's not tagging Burton out, or the pitcher Peel. Smart play there from Lexington. I had to give him credit. I didn't even think of it. The 0-1. Breaking ball missed outside. 1-1. Right on right here to begin the 4th for Trad Burton. The second baseman who was a part of that very talented Lexington championship team from 2 years ago. The 1-0. Fastball spiked in. Or 1-1, excuse me. The fastball spiked in was ball 2, so it's 2-1. Here to Burton. Burton up for the second time today. Grounded out to the shortstop Chetwood his first go around. That now makes him 7 for 19 this summer. Strong start for him. The 2-1 from Peel. Curveball missed in tight. Ball 3. Infield still shifted over to the left. The center fielder Muir is in left center. The 3-1 on the way is a fastball on the ground to the left side. Chetwood, the shortstop, ranges over. Breaks a strong throw to first in time. Great communication from the Falcons over on that side. Wensky, the second baseman, was playing right around where that ball was hit. Backed off, let Chetwood field it cleanly for out number 1.
Nicely scouted.
Yes, that's when the shift is in perfection. That's exactly where you want. Yeah. Same shift here for Toby Soborowski. The 3-hole hitting DH is 0 for 1 with the ground out to Chetwood, the shortstop. First pitch right on right. Fastball spiked. It's 1-0.
Yeah, as a lacrosse coach, what I would really want is a scouting report on the officials. Oh man, you know what they're going to call it, like what the strike zone for each of the umps is. And one
of my favorite arguments for to keep umpires in the game of baseball is the 1-0 on the way, fastball wide, ball 2, is the fact that a lot of the game for pitchers and catchers is adjusting to the umpire strike zone.
Yeah.
You know, you have to figure out where the umpire likes it and then use that to your advantage. It's the same thing for hitters in the box. Yeah. You have to figure out what's going to be a strike. The 2-0. Fastball up around the letters, ball 3. Soborowski ahead 3-0 and looking for a 1-out walk that would try to get the tying run to the plate here on the top of the 4th. Lexington post 7, trailing 2-0 here against the 2-1-5. Peel kicks and deals, 3-0. Fastball call, strike 1 in the outer 3rd. Was not down Broadway, but it does work for him.
But then the ump counterpoint is the Forrest Gregg officiated Levon Hernandez against Greg Maddox game.
Well, we don't talk about that side of the issue. The 3-1. Fastball, that one's lined in the left center field. That will get over the glove of the shortstop Chetwood. Second hit of the night for post 7 belongs to Toby Soborowski. 1-out single for him.
Third baseman, number 12, Logan Blight.
So now it's Logan Blight up, man on first for him. He led off the second and flew out to Muir in deep center field his first go around. Right on right, infield still shifted to the left of him. Blight, of course, was a part of that Lexington team this past season. 21 RBIs. The first pitch from Peel is a curveball called, strike 1 to the inside part of the plate. Blight so far this summer, 6 for 16 now. 4 RBIs, 4 strikeouts that turned 5 in his first, no, not 5, excuse me. He just flew out. The 0-1. That changeup softly on the ground to short. Chetwood waits back on it, and a bad hop goes into left field. So Blight will reach. They're going to record that a hit on the scoreboard. So runners now at first and second with only 1 out. Gives Lexington post 7 a chance to try to tie this game or maybe even more. We'll turn to their first baseman, Matthew Bishop.
Hey, Angel Hernandez is still retired, right?
I hope so.
Do you think the major leagues, if Bryce Harper makes it into the playoffs, the major leagues will like bring him back like WWE style?
Walked him out.
Yeah.
Your home plate umpire tonight, Angel Hernandez.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be awesome. Right on right, Peel fires to Bishop. The curveball crowds him for ball 1. So they said wear it. I believe Bishop tried to actually wear it. Instead, he just missed it. Well, Bishop, he flew out to right field his first go-around. 1-0 the count, one gone. Runners at first and second for him. The pitch from Peel. That one's lined in the left center field, but Muir played it perfectly. He takes one step back, makes the one-handed grab, and delivers a strike into the infield. There's two away. Runners have to stay.
Left fielder number 4, Dalton.
Well, Bishop put a good drive into that one. The Carson Newman signee who played at Ben Lippen this past season. And now there's two away for the left-handed Dalton Taylor. Well, Taylor, the ace for Gilbert this past season, a 0.37 ERA. However, I did my research. He actually didn't pitch in the Upper State Championship against Airport. I've got to wonder what happened there. And 0.37 ERA, and I'll be honest, Jeff, it's pretty accurate from what it looked like. First pitch curveball is high, ball one. I remember we were talking about Billy Robertson for Lugoff 2 years ago, and you said, you know, a lot of that ERAs in high school kind of deflated with just the errors, but
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the amount of runners that came across against Taylor and the amount of runners that came across for the other team in the game, and they match up pretty evenly. Maybe, you know, a time or two where he caught a break, but nothing major. The 1-0 from the right-hander. Slider missed upstairs, ball two. Well, Taylor was the first base runner of the evening for post 7. He reached on an error to the first baseman Snead his first go-around. He's got 2 on, 2 outs, up 2-0 in the count here in the top of the 4th. The 2-0 from Peel. Fastball missed a tad low for ball 3. Third is open, but we'll load him up for Grant Kistner, who missed a homer by about an angle of, what would you say, about 5-6 degrees in the left of the left field foul pole? 3-0 changeup missed wide, ball 4.
We're looking at 90 degrees of a baseball field. Yeah, about 2 degrees,
Okay.
if that. Yeah.
So less than what I said, and well, Grant Kistner has a chance to try to give Lexington either a tied ball game or the lead. The right-handed Erskine signee will step in with the bases juiced 2 away. I will say that is the first walk allowed by Peel tonight, and it was a 4-pitch walk at that. Infield shifted to the left. First pitch to Kistner. Changeup missed low, ball 1.
I'd say it was about like 50 arcs, actually. Less than a degree.
Less than a degree, jeez.
Is the division an arc? And then a...
This is math that I forget,
Yeah, I
Jeff.
can't remember.
This is pre-cal that I don't remember.
All right, I'm going to have to look this up. 60 arcs in a degree?
This is what Jeff Rose brings to the table, ladies and gentlemen, the
Or
arc
is it-
degrees conversation from the lawyer. Well, Kistner now 2 for 8 on the summer. The 1-0. Curveball misses low, ball 2. All of a sudden, Peel is missing the strike zone, and King kind of came out of nowhere. You looked pretty good the last couple times.
It's not an arc. What is it?
While Jeff is looking that up, Peel will kick and deal the 2-0. Fastball is called, strike 1 to the outside edge, and the on-plate umpire calling what his favorite strike has been all day, a little away. Well, after Kistner, if it gets that far, Lincoln Hill awaits on deck, the catcher. 2-1-5 trying to get their bats back up. They lead at 2-0, and they're trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam. The 2-1. That one's lined in the right center field. Coming on is Earl, the right fielder. He will make that play for out number 3. So the shift works as the right fielder comes to right center to snag it out of the air. Kistner cannot produce, and the bases are left loaded for post 7. A 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 going to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the bottom of the fourth after I do my favorite thing between innings, aka reading up on Twitter. And we are going to be here in the bottom of the fourth with a 2-0 lead here against Lexington post 7. It's middle of the order, 4, 5, 6, due up. Excuse me, Rivers fires the first pitch to Wensky. A curveball on the outside edge, it's 0-1. We'll do up here for the 2-1-5. It's Wensky, Bauman, and Smith. Get that right now. The 0-1 from Rivers. Curveball called, strike 2 on the outside edge. Well, Rivers allowed all his damage to come off of 3 batters in the bottom of the first. Before that, though, the 0-2 on the way. That changeup is lined over to the second baseman. Burton gloves it on the hand. Nice play, falling backwards. That ball almost caught him inside, but he's able to glove it for out number 1. So now Thatcher Bauman will come up for the second time. Bauman popped out to Burton his first go-around. Seems like Trad Burton, the second baseman, is getting a lot of love here this evening. Sun going down, the first pitch to Bauman. Swung through, a high heater. It's 0-1. Well, now Rivers has retired his last 9 batters straight. And all the damage came off of a single, double, 2 RBI single back in the first. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses wide. Count moves to 1-1. It's 1-1 count, 1 gone. Bottom of the fourth. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 as they're trying to potentially add to that advantage. Rivers comes set and will deliver the 1-1. It's a called strike 2. Curveball on the outside edge. There's been 2 punch-outs for Rivers tonight. He's ahead 1-2. He has 9 of them on the season coming into tonight. The 1-2. Change up in the dirt. Doesn't matter. There's no one on to move, so it's going to meet a 2-2. Rivers kicks and deals. The 2-2 is lined the other way, but it will hook foul out of play to the right side. It'll stay 2-2. Well, Bauman here against post 7. Now 2 for 7 with an RBI, a strikeout, and a walk. He has 3 stolen bags against Lexington, so we love to get on board here and get the 2-1-5 rolling. The 2-2. Looked like that knuckleball missed wide. Rivers kind of laughed. I like the idea, just didn't work. It's now a full count incoming with 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-1-5 looking for their first base runner since the first inning. The former River Bluff Gator will fire. The 3-2 is flown to the right side and will hook out of play. We'll do it one more time. Well, after Bauman, it's Evan Smith, and if it gets that far, Breon Earl awaits in the hole. Looking to get something going here as the lights come on at Falcon Field. The payoff one more time is off the hands of Bauman and pops straight foul. It'll get over the bleachers and hit the hardwood. Temperatures drop, sun going down. Beautiful night here in Forest Acres. Rivers will fire the 3-2 one more time. It's a fastball low and away for ball 4. Discipline take for Bauman. He reaches base for the first time tonight. That was around the right, again, latitude that a strike's been called tonight, but it was the long longitude, a little lower.
Correct.
So Bauman, 3 stolen bags here against Lexington. He's been thrown out once. He's at first now for Evan Smith. 1 away, bottom 4, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5, and they have a chance to maybe extend it here. Bauman goes first pitch. The fastball is fouled straight back. And it'll be 0-1. Bauman will walk back to first. Well, Evan Smith at the dish flew out to the center fielder Kistner his first go-around. He's looking for his second hit here against Lexington. The 0-1 from Rivers. Fastball call, strike 2 on the outside edge. It's quickly 0-2 here against Smith. He's working off a 1-for-4 day yesterday at Lexington, where it was a close game all the way until the end. Rivers now pick off back at first. Bauman slides back safely. He did not go on the 0-1, so maybe taking a pitch off, and Rivers checking over on him. The former AC Flora Falcon in the box. The Gator fires. Bauman goes, the 0-2. That one's a wide ball one. The throw down a second. It's a great throw from Lincoln Hill, and it's in time to snag Bauman. There's 2 away. It was a breaking ball in the left-handed box, backhanded by Lincoln Hill. All in one motion, set and fired. It is good for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. And now Smith will step back in with nobody on the table for him. Rivers delivers the 1-2. It is spoiled. A popped foul ball to the right side will keep Smith in the AB. Of course, now it's a good time to talk about Lexington having 2 of the top catchers in this senior class. Soborowski, a catcher, as well as Hill. Both rank in the top 20 here in this senior class. It's unfair. The 1-2. Changeup is spoiled yet again. Another popped foul that gets out of the play to the right side. And Smith, another spoil job to a good changeup from Rivers.
Yeah, you think that's a concentration of talent. We have 2 of the best catchers in the same family.
Tyler and Dylan. Well, Dylan's not being, well, Tyler, excuse me, he's being.
Tyler hadn't been playing, yeah.
Tyler's been listed as a pitcher now, pitching prospect. The 1-2 runs inside and hits Evan Smith on the forearm. Looked like another changeup that got away from Rivers, and now a 2 out base runners aboard. So Rivers, after allowing his first walk of the evening, who was thrown out at second off an attempted steal, now has hit his first batter of the evening. It's now Breon Earl, the UNC Pembroke commit. Of course, he'll be sharing the diamond with a Lexington Post 7er next season. I believe that will be, if I'm not mistaken, Blight. Yes, Logan Blight will be attending Pembroke along with Breon Earl, which I actually drove past on the way back from Maryland a couple weeks ago. I figured out where it was, I guess. No idea relation to it on a map, but I did see it. Smith goes the first pitch. The fastball's low and away for ball 1. The throw into seconds. Is it in time? Did Burton hang on? Yes, he did. The ball was on the other side of the bag. Burton gloved it, whipped the tag around, and got Smith. Back-to-back, thrown out, stolen bags to end the frame. So the 2-1-5 come up empty. It's a 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 going to the 5th. Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina, live on Definite Fiction. A 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 takes us to the top of the 5th inning. Peel returns to the bump, who's pitched very well so far. Allowed 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk so far this evening. He gets 8, 9, and 1. Righty on righty, Lincoln Hill leading it off. The catcher who had 2 throwouts from behind the dish. He watches the changeup hit home plate for ball 1. Well, Peel left him loaded last time for post 7. He'd like to not get that far here in the 5th. As the 1-0 wind and dealt. Fastball wide and low, ball 2. For post 7 this inning, it's Hill, Bryan, and Mobley. 8-9-1. They went 1-2-3 in the top of the 2nd. Now the 2-0s grounded right back up the middle. Wenske, the second baseman, fields it behind the bag. The throw on the first is not in time. They're saying Snead came off the bag, and not sure I saw with that one. You have a better view of me, Jeff.
I mean, I thought he was on when he made the catch and then pushed off, but the official thought that the push off was when he caught the ball.
Interesting. So this
Or
is
the post push off was catching the ball.
So as of now, it's ruled as an error, and Coach Dorsey, the first time I've seen him come talk to an official, now they will congress in the middle infield. Might want to mute, Jeff. Or not mute, but music.
Oh, yeah. We'll be right back. Wait, sorry. Sorry, we were muted.
You muted it.
Go ahead.
All right. So the officials came together and changed the call. It'll say no E3. Instead, it's a 4-3 put out for Lincoln Hill. They're going to say the push off was after he caught the ball. So 1 away for the 9-hole Tucker Bryan, who singled his last go around. Righty on righty, first pitch. Looked like a fastball, misses low and away, ball 1. We'll say on the play from Hill, a nice job from Coach Dorsey yet again, shifting his whole infield to the left. Wenske, the second baseman, has been playing primarily behind the second base bag today. The 1-0, fastball wide, ball 2. You know, it's the beauty of high school baseball, Jeff, or Legion ball. MLB rules aren't in play. That's not allowed in the MLB, but it's allowed right here.
You can't do that shift?
Not in directly behind the second base bag.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes, 2-0. Called strike 1, change him on the outside edge. You can do a variation of it. It wouldn't be too far off, but Wenske basically played exactly where Hill hit it. You cannot be there in the MLB. But it's not a problem for us. 2-1 from Peel. Beautiful curveball. Bryan watched it go in the low part of the zone. It's 2-2 now with 1 gone. Top 5, 2-1-5 ahead, 2-0 in this pitcher's duel. Just 3 hits per side so far. The 2-2 from Peel. Curveball is spoiled, pop foul to the right side, and it'll go out of play. So Bryan for the Thoroughbreds had 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a triple this past season. One of my favorite mascots here in the state. I didn't realize they were called the Thoroughbreds, I believe. South Aiken.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the 2-2. Curveball, that one's lined right at the third baseman. Bauman, he gloves it on a line, and there's 2 away. So the former now Thoroughbred will head back to the dugout, and the top of the order is back up for Mice Mobley. Mobley so far has not had his luck. The shift has been eating him alive. He grounded out to the shortstop Chetwood his first go-around and grounded into the 6-4-3 ending inning double play back in the 3rd. So 0 for 2, right on right here. Mobley digs in, the USC Lancaster commit. Peel delivers a breaking ball low, and it's 1-0. Turning the lineup over for the 2-1-5, it's 7-8-9 due up. Earl, McGee, and Peel in the bottom half of the inning. Peel kicks and deals the 1-0. Fastball low and away, ball 2. Well, Mobley, one of the top shortstops, was very much praised by Coach Hucks for Lexington, saying one of the best defensive shortstops in the state. It's one of the reasons he is attending USC Lancaster this next season. The 2-0. Breaking ball called, strike 1 on the outside edge. Good pitch from Peel, slotted out in the low corner. You know, I talked about it in the game that you weren't here, Jeff, on Monday, that I have a lot of respect for Lexington. Love them coming to the Forest Acres Classic, and I was able to talk to Coach Hucks after pretty much all the games. He was really awesome. The 2-1. That one's hardly grounded on the left side. Wenske, the second baseman, played it perfectly in the shift. The backhand throw to first is good. 3 up, 3 down after laboring through the 4th. Peel works a spotless 5th, and it's a 2-0 lead going to the bottom half when we come back. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. Miller Peel works a 1-2-3 top of the fifth. It'll now be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the 2-1-5, who's trying to extend on their 2-0 lead that they gained all the way in the first. It's been pitchers' duels since then. Right on right, the first pitch to Earl is sky high, popped up into shallow right field. Going back to first baseman as he gets it on the right field line, cannot make the play as Bishop. Earl took the hard turn at first and will slide back safely. It was just perfectly placed. Brian, the right fielder, came in late. The first baseman, Bishop, was turning every which way, and it falls helplessly to the outfield grass. A leadoff pop-up single for Breon Earl.
It felt like the breeze picked up like right as that ball got hit.
It might have been. I mean, I think Bishop changed his direction about 3 times, going back one way, then the other, then the other. So just that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess, and that's how Breon Earl reaches for the first time this evening after lining out on a hard liner to the second baseman, Burton's first go-around. He's at first now for the catcher, William McGee, righty on righty. Before we get there, though, Earl will slide back in. Of course, a steal threat Breon Earl is. 23 stolen bags for Ben Lippen this past season. He's yet to attempt one, though, this summer. He doesn't go. The first pitch from McGee bluffs a bunt. It's high for ball 1. The throw back into first from Hill's not in time is a good read from Earl. 1-0 the count. Well, McGee grounded out to the second baseman, Burton, his first go-around, and his first at-bat of the summer. Rivers kicks and deals, bunt show from McGee. Pitch is called, strike 1 on the outside edge as McGee pulled it back. Well, it looks like Brady Evans is on deck to pitch hit for the pitcher, Miller Peel. Evans, a call-up from the AAA team. 1-1, bunt shown, fastball wide, ball 2. Breon Earl is tempting fade over at first. He's getting as big of a lead as he dares on the secondary, and Hill's got a cannon, so whenever that bunt is not put down, Hill pops up and immediately looks at first. Earl has to die back every single time. Infield playing in with the bunts being shown. The 2-1 bunt is now put down right back to the pitcher, Rivers. He gloves it on the hop and delivers a soft throw to first for out number 1. Earl advances a second off the sac bunt.
Pitcher number 20. Miller Peel.
It is not Miller Peel, it's the left-handed Brady Evans. Evans has been called up this week from AAA Gold, I believe.
Ooh, I wonder if Brady's going to pitch for us.
He very much might. I think he made an appearance in AAA Gold back in the game between the two 2-1-5 AAA teams. But he hasn't appeared pitching-wise since.
Yeah. Quickly
Around the 2-1-5. The Gold team's up against Hopkins 2-0. And the AAA Red is trailing Dutch Fork 6-2. Well, the left-hander at the box, runner at second is Earl. The first pitch is lined to the right side, but quickly curves foul out of play. It's 0-1. And I have to mention 2-1-5 Gold. They were able to win their first game against Hopkins. They were delayed in the top half of the fifth earlier this week, so they finished that game. They won that 18-7. The right-hander deals to the southpaw. The 0-1 is swung through, a fastball up around the letters. It's quickly 0-2 here against Evans. After him, it's the top of the order, Jacob Muir, waiting on deck. Corner staying in, middle infield playing back, looking for a double play. Or not a double play, the 0-2. That one's pumped out to deep right field. Coming over is Brian toward the line. The wrong run is not in time as it runs out of play. Looked like it was kind of like, directed to right field with how that came off the bat of Evans, and it kept just going foul and foul and eventually found the foul territory down the right field line.
Yeah, it felt like it got stuck on the pine tar in the bat or something.
That's about how it looked like, because, it looked like it was going to be around straightaway deep right, but I think the curve on that tail took a lot of the, distance of the ball away. Like my golf swing. I have to mention that, probably around one per stream. Before the 0-2 is thrown, Rivers will step off the mound and look back at Earl. Of course, again, as I said, 23 steals for Ben Lippen. He's got speed, so got to check him every chance they get. The 0-2 on the way. The right-hander fires a curveball. Got him looking. Strike 3 in the top of the zone. There's 2 away. Tough strike 3 for Evans to take.
Yeah.
It's now good for out number 2, and we'll see if Jacob Muir can deliver the goods. Runner on second, 2 gone, bottom of the 5th, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5, trying to add to it. It's Muir at the dish, who's 0 for 2. The right-hander awaits. Rivers fires. The first pitch is a fastball spiked and gets way away from Hill. The speedy Earl is at third before Hill can even get close to the ball at the backstop, but he'll hold up there. That was potentially Rivers' fastest pitch of the evening, but it went between the legs of the catcher Hill and all the way towards the right side of the backstop. Earl got a great read and never held up until he reached third. So the count now 1-0. Rivers will kick and deal. The changeup, that one slammed out to deep center field. Kistner ranging back, looking up at the warning track, and makes the grab to retire the side. Muir gave that one a ride, but just missed a homer into the deepest part of the yard. And the 2-1-5 leave a runner at third. They lead it 2-0 going to the back half of this one. We'll be right back. Well, after Ryan Harrelson came on to the diamond, Miller Peel said, I'm going to go back out and get 3 more. He now deals with the heart of the order after he's pitched 5 scoreless innings, only allowed 3 hits, struck out 1, walked 1. It's Burton, Soborowski, and Blight. The Greer graduate of 2024 kicks and deals right on right. The first pitch off speed's called, strike 1 on the outside edge.
Yeah, so my pitch count's wrong. It's, I guess, 71 for Miller now.
Gotcha. Well, of course, infield shaded over to the left against Burton, which has worked well twice tonight. He's grounded out to the shortstop both times. The 0-1, changeup spiked into dirt, ball 1. Burton attended Flodar this past season, Florence Darlington Tech. He did not see action this season, but a lot of his Lexington teammates did after a successful run for them. The 1-1, changeup called, strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. Beautiful pitch from Peel. Again, Peel only worked 13 innings last season for the 2-1-5. He's worked now 5 tonight, nearly half. The 1-2, curveball is hammered into the ground, foul. And it will be bounced out of play. 1-2 still here. Nobody gone, top of the 6th. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5. That was all the way back in the first. It was a 1-out single from Chetwood, a 1-out double from Sneed, and Wensky had a 2 RBI single to bring them both home. All of that back-to-back-to-back. No runs have been produced from either side since. Peel will wind and deal. The 1-2. Almost grounded over to the shortstop yet again. Chetwood fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond. The speedy Burton just gets thrown out by half a step. Burton almost beat it out, but another close play goes in favor of the 2-1-5. There's one away.
All right, so that was kind of cool. The third base coach, coach for Lexington, he actually asked the runner if the foot was down, and the runner said yes. So he didn't have to go and ask the referees, the officials.
Nice.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Well, it's Toby Soborowski right on right. Soborowski singled back in the fourth. Miller throws a curveball inside. It misses in tight for ball one. Soborowski 1 for 2 is also grounded over to Chetwood, the shortstop. And again, he singled back in the fourth. That was the second of the 3 hits post 7 is snagged tonight. The 1-0. Fastball, that one's lined the other way into right field. The wide open gap is good. It'll be down for extra bases. Earl races it down after he shifted to the left. So Soborowski will stand with a 1-out double. The shift giveth and the shift taketh. With everyone shifting the top of this order over to the left, Soborowski just punched one the other way into right field, and he was able to grab a double for him. That is now his 3rd of the summer. And post 7 has their first runner of the game, standing now at second. They're trailing 2-0, and now it's Logan Blight up right on right, 1 away.
Did you see Breon's cannon from right field?
Breon also showed the speed. That ball, that was not close to him, and he ran that one down in straightaway right to keep Soborowski at only a double. Peel fires the first pitch. The curveball's line right at Chetwood. The shortstop has it, throws it the second to try to double him up. But a good read from Soborowski gets back in the bag. That is another hard hit liner tonight that has found the glove of one of the middle infielders. We saw it earlier in the game when Earl lined one straight at the second baseman Burton. That one was on a rope to Chetwood, who gloved it. Of course, we saw another one earlier in the game as well on this Lexington side. It was a liner over to the third baseman from Bryan into the hands of Bauman. So 2 away, right on right. Bishop digs in. The first pitch curveball plunks him in the head and pops into the net. Looks like he's all right, though, as he took that one off the top. So Peel has now hit his first batter of the evening. He'll trot to first. Runners at first and second. 2 gone for Dalton Taylor, who's reached base twice here this evening. The left-handed left fielder reached on an error back in the second, and he's also walked. Tying runner on the base path now for post 7. They trail 2-0 here in the top of the 6th. Miller Peel trying to work his 6th scoreless frame. He wipes his sweat off and comes set out of the stretch. The first pitch to Taylor. Fastball low and in, ball 1. Taylor will be attending USC Sumter this next season. 2 for 5 so far in the summer, 2 RBIs. Trying to produce here for Lexington. The 1-0. Changeup hits the dirt and goes all the way to the backstop on a hop. That will allow Soborowski to take third and Bishop to take second off the wild pitch. And now there'll be a mound visit for the first time. Miller Peel was in this spot back in the 4th. He's now in this spot here in the 6th. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. After a mound visit, Miller Peel will stay in the game. Gotta love the trust Coach Dorsey has for his pitchers. It's a 2-0 count, 2 gone to Dalton Taylor. The southpaw awaits as the curveball misses low, ball 3. First base is open, but it would load him up for Grant Kistner, who again was in the exact same spot back in the 4th where he lined out to the right fielder. Tying run at second. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 here in the top of the 6th. The insects of Forest Acres come alive. The 3-0. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike one. The outfield playing Taylor a little to the right. Nothing too major, though. Infield just playing back. Peel kicks and deals. The 3-1. Fastball right down the middle for strike two. Taylor let the bat on his shoulder as the fastball was right around the belt. Peel wipes the sweat from his eyes, has his glove on his inside armpit. Now he comes set and delivers the payoff, the pitch. That one's lined in the right center field. Coming over is Earl and Muir. It's Jacob Muir, the center fielder, with the one-handed grab in right center to retire the side. Well hit from Taylor, but it hung in the air a half-second longer than he wanted to. Muir easily runs it down, and they leave two on the base pass yet again. Shout out Miller. Peel, 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 going to the bottom half of the 6th.
Shortstop number 14.
Welcome back here to Definite Fiction. AC Flora High School hosting Lexington Post 7 in the Richland 2-1-5. So far, it's a pitcher's duel. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 as Miller Peel strands a pair in the top half, and now Jack Rivers says, well, I'm going to come back, see if I can do it better. The first pitch right on right is chopped over to the third baseman, Blight. Jack Chetwood almost gets the first, but the high throw comes down as Bishop able to stay on the bag. There's one away. Nice play from Blight at third. Not an easy chopper to field, and with the speedy Chetwood, he had to release quick, was able to get the throw off in time. Well, now it's Zach Sneed up. The southpaw will dig in. The Citadel signee with one away. Right-hander fires. The knuckleball stays up and away, ball one. Well, it may have been a changeup that just slipped out of the hand of Rivers. Doesn't matter. It's 1-0 either way.
No. The pitch was afraid of Sneed's aura.
Sneed's aura.
Yeah.
Zach is 1 for 2, a double into right field and a ground out to the second baseman thus far this evening. The 1-0 fastball. It's off the hands over to the left side of the infield. The shortstop Mobley fields it. Tough hop. The quick throw into first is in time. He would have had him, but the bobble costs him. We'll have to see how that one's officially ruled, and they're going to say error on Mobley. It looked like it took a weird bounce up into the glove. He had it, and then on the transfer was when it kind of popped out. Zach Sneed is fast enough to get him to first. He reaches base for the second time, and now Roper Wensky is up for the third time this evening.
It's been a while since we talked about how cool these uniforms are.
They are awesome. Throwbacks to the first Legion team back in 1925, I believe, 100 years ago. I'm right on that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm pretty sure. Right on right, Rivers fields. The first pitch is swung through a heater outside for strike one. No, it's beautiful white on white blue numbers, and then the socks are my favorite part, you know, the dark blue, navy blue socks with the yellow stripes. 3 of them. As Snead gets a secondary lead, doesn't even get looked at. The 0-1 set home is a heater that's sped by Wensky, swung through, nothing in 2. There's been 4 hits either side so far tonight. 1 error either side. The only thing that separates them is the 2-1-5 delivered with runners in scoring position. The 0-2 is chopped back to the mound. Rivers gloves it on to second. The low throw can't be fielded by Burton. Goes into shallow left center field. Snead takes the hard turn at second, but holds up. Back-to-back errors by the middle infield here for Lexington. Well, I guess think that was on Rivers rather, but instead puts runners at first and second with only 1 out.
Third baseman number 4, Thatcher Ballman.
So there's an error on Mobley to get Snead aboard, and then an error on Rivers to get Roper aboard. Now Thatcher Ballman, who reached on a walk his last time up, 0 for 1 with a pop out to the second baseman as well. Has 2 on, 1 gone. Right on right. Rivers fires the first pitch, bounced over to the second baseman, Burton. He waits back on it, looks for the out at second. It is in time. Nice hold there from the shortstop Mobley. They get the force out at second. Bauman gets the first, Snead goes to third.
And left fielder number 1, Evan Smith.
So there is action over there in the Lexington bullpen for the first time. It's Candler Morden getting warm if ready. He's already pitched some in this series, but we'll have to see if he comes back on. Right on right, Evan Smith steps into the box and takes the first pitch fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. Well, Evan was hit by a pitch his last go-around and was caught stealing to end the 4th. He's also flown out to the center fielder. Before we get another pitch to him, Lincoln Hill will come out from behind the catcher's spot and will bring the whole infield in. Well, again, you got Bauman at first, Snead at third. 2-0 lead for the 2-1-5 here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. Evan Smith will step into the right-handed box. Its count is 0-1, excuse me, against the right-handed Rivers. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Rivers fires the fastball. Misses wide, ball 1. Evans looking for his first RBI of the summer. Got a chance to with a runner on third. The 1-1. Fastball's grounded over to the right side of the infield. The second baseman, Burton, can't run it down. It goes into shallow right. That will be an RBI single for Evan Smith. And now it's 3-0, 2-1-5. The middle infield was playing up the middle. Smith just poked one through the right side of the infield, got far enough away from the second baseman, Burton. Snead comes home from third. Bauman goes to second. The 5th hit of the night for the 2-1-5 makes it 3-0. And now Breon Earl comes up. 1 for 2 tonight, right on right here against Rivers.
I'm pretty sure Coach Dorsey was just like, hey, just slap it to the right field.
I mean, you know, my dad always talks about, he said, when I was playing baseball, you know, you just kind of try to put it where they ain't, and that's exactly what you do.
Oh, yeah.
No one playing on that right side of the infield is even Burton still up the middle. First pitch to Earl. That one's lined into right field. Going over is Brian running back, and it gets over his head, and it will one bounce the wall. Earl on his horse to second. Coming home all the way from second is Bauman. Smith getting the windmill around third. The throw goes into third. The tag by Blight is made. The runner does not count, so there's only 1 run that scores on the double. Earl tried to stretch it and be aggressive. However, the 2-1-5 do get some insurance. RBI single from Evan Smith and an RBI double from Breon Earl as he was throwing out trying to go to third. The second run doesn't count, so we'll go to the top of the 7th. We need 3 outs to finish it.
Center fielder number 5.
Welcome back to Definite Fiction. Miller Peel take a bow. 6 scoreless innings for the 2-1-5 on the hill. Allowed 4 hits, struck out 1, walked 1, and hit at 1 batter. He's in line for a win, and what is also kind of underlying here is the 2-1-5 with the short lineup is in depleted bullpen. So Peel 8 up innings, and now it's Ryan Harrelson, the former AC Flora Falcon, who goes onto the hill. The side armor throws wide, right on right. It'll be 7-8-9. Kistner, Hill, Bryan trying to extend the game for Lexington, who find themselves trailing 4-0 all of a sudden. Harrelson kicks and deals. The 1-0, fastball wide, ball 2. Harrelson pitched in game 1 of this game. He's now allowed 0 earned runs over 4 innings pitched, and as you can probably guess, pitched a scoreless frame against Lexington in that inning pitched. The 2-0 changeup is called. Strike 1 on the outside edge, right on right yet again. So it's Kistner, Hill, Bryan trying to keep Lexington in the game, who led up 2 in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-1 sinker misses wide, ball 3. Before I know we get there, because Jeff and I were talking between half innings, shout out to a couple players that I called last year for the Blowfish. I know they'll never watch this, but the former Lexington Wildcat, Wells Sykes, playing in Omaha, as well as Walker Mitchell, the Gator. The 3-1 is called, strike 2. Change up on the outside edge, and we'll get a full count here. Of course, both have been featured on Definite Fiction. Well, maybe Wells is a little before the time. He played in Lexington a little while ago. I think he's a redshirt senior.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It'd have been tight. The payoff from Harrelson. Softly grounded right back to Harrelson on a glove. He throws that one to first, and there's one away. Softly grounded doesn't do that justice. That one shot off the grass of the infield a lot faster than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, great job by Ryan.
Yeah, he's done great.
He kind of had to clear his feet out of the way, coming right at him.
Yeah. So now it's Lincoln Hill. Kistner's retired for the 3rd time tonight. We'll see if we can retire Hill for the 3rd time tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to the pitcher and to the second baseman, but he kind of had that little controversy at the beginning of the 5th where they said, does he need to push off? And they said, no, he didn't. Right on right, Harrelson kicks and deals. The first pitch, that one's lined softly over the head of the shortstop Chetwood. That was actually softly into shallow left field. That will deliver a 1-out single.
Right fielder number 7, Tucker Bryan.
So after Hill missed game 1, he is now 1 for 6 here against the 2-1-5. Tucker Bryan will step back into the right-handed box with a runner on first and 1 away. Bryan has a single and a line out to Bauman at 3rd. It was a hard hit ball that Bauman snared out of midair. Hill at first has 1 stolen bag this summer. We'll see how aggressive Lexington is with a 4-run deficit. The first pitch to the right-handed Bryan. That cutter called, strike 1 on the outside edge. It's 0-1. And now courtesy runner on cue. Lincoln Hill will not get to run after, he was the catcher and they said he had 1 stolen base. They'll send him back. It's Cash Kubicek who grabs his helmet. He was the courtesy runner in game 1. He's now the courtesy runner here in game 3. The former Ben Lippen Falcon at first. 0-1 to Bryan. Harrelson delivers the pitch. Fastball wide, ball 1. Harrelson played for the 2-1-5 last summer, had a 1.75 ERA, 2 saves over 16 innings pitched. He's one of their late leverage relievers. Coach Dorsey trying to use him here to finish it out. The 1-1. Fastball called, strike 2 on the outside edge. That may have been a changeup, but it works just as well. Again, Miller Peel 6 innings up, allowed 0 earned runs. Harrelson trying to close the door. The 1-2. Change up softly, grounded up the middle, right at the second base of Lewinsky. The flip to second for 1, on to first. In time, 4-6-3 double play. Harrelson comes on and delivers the win. The 2-1-5 give Lexington their 2nd loss of the summer and advance now to 3-1 in region play.
Wow, hour and 40 minutes.
We were talking about between innings. I never dared set it on air. But the 2-1-5 and post 7 had a pitcher's duel. Jack Rivers had a great game. 6 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs. Gave up 6 hits to the 2-1-5. However, it was Miller Peel earning the honors. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs allowed, 5 hits, and he got the win. Or, excuse me, 4 hits for Peel. Either way, what a performance from the right-hander out of Dreer. Lexington and the 215 giving us a great game here, and that'll do it for me and Jeff for the next week. Again, vacation for both of us. So we'll
and then the week after that is vacation for Legion Ball, right?
Yes, well, I know at least senior team.
Is there any AAA?
There might be a AAA game or two. I don't remember.
Okay.
But I know for at least a fact the senior team's not here before we get to. That's the week of the 4th of July, so we'll be all off that weekend.
Oh, no, it looks like we do have a AAA.
I thought we had at least one game that week. I don't remember who it was, but.
It looks like, yeah, Red plays on the 1st. It's a Tuesday, and then Gold plays. Whoa, is that a doubleheader? They both say, one might be up at
Ben Lippen, yeah. Gold usually plays their games at Ben Lippen.
Okay.
So.
All right, so we will have a game that 1st of July.
Yeah, before we go off air, quick update.
We'll launch our fireworks then.
Yeah, before we go off air, quick update. Red team down by 4 to Dutch Fort, 9-5. Gold team up by 4 against Hopkins, 4-0. So.
Nice.
Of course, we will not be having those as those games are taking around the normal time of a baseball game. This one took 2/3 of it, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, an hour 45. You don't get that a lot here.
Take it.
You will take it. Well, again,
Awesome.
We will see you guys in 2 weeks here on Definite Fiction. Thank you for Lexington, and hopefully you'll see you again in the playoffs, and that'll do it from us.